Hi, my name is Miss Boylan, and I'm here to talk to you about a subject that's very important for student success: homework. The first question you probably have connected to homework is, so why do we have it anyway? So there are several reasons behind why teachers assign homework, and no, it's not to take up all your evening fun. The first reason is our instruction time is very limited. We only have about 40 minutes that we'll have instruction during the day, and you're going to need more than 40 minutes per subject to reinforce what you've learned during the day. The second reason that you'll receive homework is to get some enriching activities that are connected to what you're learning in class, but not necessarily a repetition of what you're learning in class. For example, projects. Another question you might have, so how do I know what homework is? In every classroom, the teacher will have a homework board where the assignment is clearly listed for you in terms of what it is and when it's due. Once you see this homework board, the first thing you do, write it down in your agenda. The school actually will provide agendas for your student. They cost $5 to replace them, so we encourage students to keep track of their agenda at all times. And they should be recording their homework for all of their different subjects. Once it's written down, agendas. More about the agendas. In addition to recording homework, we also have in the back of the agenda hall passes that students will use during the course of the day if they need to leave a classroom, go up to the office, use the bathroom. And it also will have a list of all the student handbook rules and regulations for the way we do business at East Millbrook. The last thing that you can look to understand what your homework is the Remind text messaging service that we have available in many of the teams and teachers, not just core subjects, but some of the elective classes will also have Remind services available for you, and we'll talk about that a little later. So, how much homework am I going to have? That's one of the first questions after why do I have to do it, is how much am I going to get? You're going to have 7 classes this year. Last year you had a few classes. 7 is a lot more than the typical student in Wake County will have in middle school. These classes will have 3 elective courses. One of those elective classes will probably be what we call Language B, which is a foreign language. And then you'll have 2 other electives of your choice. The other 4 classes are what we call the core subjects: math, ELA or language arts, science, and social studies. Math homework typically will be practice problems connected to what you're learning for the week to review and reinforce the skill that you're learning. ELA will have reading assignments every day, and they'll also have one article of the week that you will have a whole week to work on. Very important to make sure you record that in the agenda so that you don't forget it. Science and social studies will have homework assignments that are connected to the amount of vocabulary that you're going to be learning. Science is considered a second language by many people, and the language of science, you need to learn these vocabulary words. So you're going to get a lot of vocabulary practice. Social studies, you will also see vocabulary practice. We will also include things such as mini projects and major projects to pull together big ideas. Wake County suggests that the typical 6th to 8th grade student will have about 90 minutes of homework a night. Now, that's having 5 or 6 subjects. So we have 7 subjects here. So understand that an hour and a half to 2 hours might be a very typical homework amount for you at home. Parents are probably wondering, so how can I support my student to be successful with their homework? So there are several different things I want to suggest. First is we're going to have a Remind text messaging service with most of the teams that you can sign up for to receive daily text messages. You'll get information from your team on how to sign up for their specific one. We're also wanting you to sign up for what's called Power Parent. Power Parent accounts will track with your child from 6th through 12th grade, and it will give you access to several different pieces of information about your student. You'll learn their schedule, you'll learn their grades as they are entered by the teacher, and you can also find information about referrals or changing information for contact within the school. So in addition to signing up for these 2 services, the Remind to get daily text messages for homework and the Power Parent so you know how they're progressing with their academics, there are several things that you can do to try to help set up a homework routine at home. Now, some of you already have a homework routine set up, but for some of us, this might be the first time that you actually have a need to have a homework routine. Remember, 6th grade is much like 1st grade. It is the first year of this secondary school, just like elementary had 1st grade as the first real year of elementary school. So let's take a look at how do we set up a homework routine. First thing you want to do is set up a goal, both for homework and academics for the year. If you don't have a goal, you can't reach a goal. So the first thing you want to do is have that meaningful conversation about your expectations, about your students' expectations for their school year. After you have a goal in place, you're going to want to have that agenda check on a daily basis. Remember, we're sending remind text messages so you can verify the message the teacher is sending with what your student is recording in their agenda to find out if they are keeping themselves organized with their academics. Third step, before they start their homework, they're probably going to be hungry from a long day at school. Lunch can happen rather early in the day, and by the time they get home, they're going to be hungry. So a healthy snack will help revive their energy and help them focus better on their academics. Fourth, set up a space and time to do that homework. Right now, I'm sitting at a kitchen table, which is a perfect location for a homework activity. It's quiet, you can hear the background is nice and quiet, it's well lit, and it's within close earshot to a parent that might be nearby to give support if homework is needed for help. While they are working on their assignment, please make sure that supplies are available for them. It's hard to do homework if we don't have things like pencils, erasers. They might need to have things like colored pencils, scissors, and glue are very important for several of our subjects to have available for homework time. And last but not least, after they're done their homework, we need to make sure it comes back to school. I've had many students in the past come to school saying, "Oh my gosh, I left it on my kitchen table." Make sure that your student is packing themselves up in an organized way. Too often backpacks become what I call the black hole. They go in and we never find them again. Help that student stay organized throughout their week by packing up their supplies in the appropriate locations. If they're using a homework folder, make sure all the homework is in that folder so that they know where it is, and nothing but homework goes in that folder. If they are putting their homework in their subject folders, make sure math stays with math and it doesn't slide into the science notebook. Make sure the language arts article doesn't flip into the social studies notebook. Helping your child stay organized will be a very key point to their success in middle school. Thank you so much.